Hi and welcome to another of our Line Press YouTube videos. Today we're going to be looking at two colour registration. We're not going to look at a tight registration, we're going to be producing this. So basically just a two colour, there's nothing too tight in there. But to show you the easy way of doing it, and I'm going to be using an Adana 8.5 because we've been asked to show a few more videos using a press this size. Normally when we're doing a two colour or more colour job, we tend to use the larger presses like the Heidelberg because the registration's spot on and automatic. If I'm doing a short run, then I'll use our Chandler and Price. But for now, we're going to be using the Adana 8.5. What I've already done, and here's my plate and what I printed earlier, is I've actually printed the first plate, there we go, and the first colour. Not the most perfect print, but it's just for purposes of demonstration. If I do that quickly, you'll see just how spot on each one is in position on that card, because we're using, or we have been using for that colour, our Line Press flexible tympan and our gauge pins. The first colour I used, again, another Line Press ink in honeycomb, just in case you're interested. So now what we have to do is we have to remove this plate. So simple, stick it back, cover back, so that we don't lose the sticky, and we get our second plate, which in this instance is the Keep Smiling and our little Line Press logo. Now I've not set this up before, so I might need to do some minor adjustments to the press. I try to get it as centred on the chase, well, within the chase itself. There we go. Now I've already inked up the press to save a bit of time, and so you don't have to watch me doing it, with Ocean Blue, another Line Bay ink, obviously. Right, let's just pop our chase in there. And what I'm going to do is just take our first impression just onto the flexible tympan so that I can see it looks fairly even. What I did have in there for the initial print with a little bit of extra pattern, which I'm just going to take out because we don't need it, because basically this plate's smaller than the original, than the first plate that we printed. Excuse me, a bit of mucky rag. I'm just going to clean that off without getting it all over my fingers. Not easy on a little press. There we go. You just do that again. That's better. There we go, even. I'm happy with that. Now, my secret, and it's not a secret, to a two colour registration, especially when on something like this, we're printing the text, particularly this part, inside a different colour design, is a piece of acetate. Now, I've just got a spare piece of acetate to use for this, but what you can use is another of your tympans if you haven't got a spare piece of acetate. And literally, you use it in the same way that I'm going to use this one. And I'm literally just going to pop that over the top, and you'll see why in a second. So that's in position, as you can see. Now I'm going to take a print onto that. There we go. Now I take one of my first colour cards and I slide it in underneath. It can be a bit fiddly, and it would be useful if, standing by, I had a piece of masking tape. So I'm just going to, that's in there a second, get my card, And basically when you have plates, now our printing plates normally have trim marks which we use for registration. But in this particular instance, and because of the size of the press, and obviously financially, bigger plates with trims do cost a little bit more. It's this bit of the registration is being done by eye. So I'll just literally take that in place, and I'm just going to print one of my waste pieces onto that and see that I'm happy without removing it from looking for it to be as square as possible. You may want to do some more fiddling and moving around. Then I'm going to place my gauge pins into position. Like this. Before I remove the masking tape. Ooh, sorry, I have to excuse my inky fingers. There we go. Now I'm just going to remove my masking tape, or most of it. And I'm just going to use that same card to check for position. It's moved slightly, but nothing that I'm going to worry about. So then I'll just bring another one in. For this first couple of impressions, I've actually left the piece of acetate in position. So what that means is that, just to double check, I can carefully fold this back over my print, and you can see that it's all in position. When you're happy with that positioning, if I just take that one out so that you can see the print. Like I say, on this particular one and for this demonstration, I haven't done a lot of make ready and setting up the press, especially as you can probably see on the first colour, but I'm really quite happy with this gradient and the difference in tonal quality over the whole print. So when you're happy with your position and your colour and everything else, then you can actually remove that piece of acetate, just set it to one side. You can, or depending on what acetate you have, if you're using the tympan, a second tympan sheet, you can actually just wipe all that ink off. So I'll put that out of the way, and then to pop in my second card, there we go. And you can see with the combination of our flexible tympan and our gauge pins, which most definitely don't move, on there, we can then go ahead, ooh, she says bent one in, and carry on printing the rest of our cards. Like that. Now I will carry on and finish my small pile, but that's it, a simple 2-colour registration where the actual registration isn't that tight. So basically you don't have 2 colours touching, but if you do have a design where you do have a close or a tight registration, the same principles apply and the same setup, and minor adjustments are easy. Like I say, using our flexible tympan and our gauge pins. I'm just going to hold this one in place, because you can see you can just tear them off, take them off, and reposition should you need to be. There we go. I hope all of that makes sense. Any questions, of course, ask away and I will reply as soon as possible. Everything that I've used here is obviously available on our Line Bay Press store. If there's something in particular that you need and you can't see, again, just drop me a line. keep up to date with all our news, especially during these weird times, with Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just type in @Lime Bay Press and you'll find us. Thank you.